Hi, and welcome back to On the Water Fly Tying. Today we're going to be tying a pattern called Red Frenzy Chironomid. We're going to be doing this on a size 14 Scud hook. This one is barbless, so don't need to worry about pinching that down. We're going to be using 8/0 red unithread. We're going to be putting on a tungsten bead on the front of this, just in copper finish for the front, and we're going to have white antron, or I'm going to be using this parapost white wing coming out the front, red floss, and gold ribbing or gold wire for the ribbing. So we're going to take our red thread, go ahead and start that on to the shank of the hook up by the eyelet. You don't want to work this on too far, so this is going to be used for the gill coming out through the bead. So you're going to want to take a chunk of that and just lay it over the front of the hook. Work it on, make sure it stays on top. Those tend to like to move. Cut off your excess. Go ahead and whip finish this on. Next, we're going to put our bead on. We're going to do this backwards, so the larger opening here is towards the front of the hook, towards the eyelet, so it slides over the thread. If it slides too far over, and then you can flip it. Looks like I'm going to have to flip it on this one. You're going to pull out your red thread again, start that back on behind the eye. Now for the body of this fly is going to be just all red thread. Just go ahead and work this down towards the bend. Take some red floss and tie it in for your tail. Don't worry if you get it too long, you can always trim it to length. This is exactly what I'm going to do on this one. You don't want it very long. Just want a little short tail. hook up a little bit more of a thread base towards the front of your back end. Another thing you want to be careful of is accidentally going over that hook eye every once in a while. So when I got a little too close to the hook eye, and it cut the thread on me. It's no big deal. You don't need to start over or anything. Just start your thread back on like you were originally tying it. Go ahead and work the thread back towards the tail. Once you get back there, you want to take your wire, put it along the side of your hook, along the shank. That way you're adding, that way it makes when it's in the water, the fly looks wider instead of deeper. The wider aspect is going to help with the trout when they see it. Build up a thread base here. Almost cut my thread again. Alright, from there, now we got a body built up. Take your wire, do wraps up the body. I'm going to go right up to the bead, even though the front there is going to be a little bit covered up. With the thorax, the Peacock Herl, once we tie that in. I just like to cover it all the way up just in case. And it also kind of hides your end point where you tie it in. Go ahead and cut off your excess wire, or one thing I always prefer to do with wire, kind of gets it a little closer, is to helicopter it off. For that, you just want to grab close to the fly and just spin it until it breaks off. From there, we're going to take just a single strand of Peacock Herl. Tie that in. A little brittle. Happens. do 3 turns of your thread. Run the Peacock Herl in just to get it tight in there. You can just break it off. And after that, sorry, sort of moving a little too fast there on myself. Go ahead and whip finish. And there you have it, Red Frenzy Chironomid. Thank you for joining us today on the Water Fly Tying. I'll see you next time.